Esports.
Only 3 out of 10 players that are standing on this stage right now have ever been to Chance before. And after today, we're going to add a few more names onto that list. But this is a best of 5. Both teams will get a first ban.
He had good games and bad games averaging out, but here, he has looked fantastic in the playoffs, and he'll be the man to draw first blood as well.
Look at the HP. The other two players already desperately low. Levin trying to take the charge, but he walks into Flickless. This is a good start for GX, and it's looking to continue. Spike on the deck. Find a gap. Ara going, looking. Could give him a kill. That's a way back into the round. The Sheriff potentially to be picked up. Westside needs to win this fight. Maybe over. There's an opportunity here for BBL.
Oh, nice shutdown by Cloud, though. Doesn't want to overcommit. 3 versus 2, or versus 1 rather, after taking down Profec, but Sociable's got that Sheriff. He can be dangerous. He showed it on Sunset just yesterday. Another strong start for Ara, which is something I'm looking for. As I said, he's a player that has had these, his ceiling is so high, but his floor seems so low throughout the group stage, and yet it seems like all we've seen is that ceiling here in playoffs, a man who is driven to make it to champions.
But that's sort of the fun thing about this matchup. I feel like the weaker of the two, but the Cypher setup's here.
Clouds up above the smoke, very nice angle. A freebie in a round like this, he couldn't wish for much more, but Westside going down through the cage, it's gonna have its downsides. Seen the impact of a good reveal earlier, but there'll be none to be found as Cloud goes down. Ara closing the distance, but they're aware on BBL that all their opponents are towards this angle. The blind is perfect, though. Great work from Grabinho. Flickless onto Levin. Now they start to close the distance, but Sociable stands strong in a round where they need him to show up. It's 2-1.
To players like Flickless and like Grabinho, I think they've been the glue of this team as of recent, and the pop flash that goes through and then followed up by the paranoia, that made a round that should have been very clean and almost impossible into a winnable round if not for Sociable. So
5-0 down, battle back, 7-5 at the half. Not in their favor, but still, they managed to
look
put
at
up
the
enough
defense. They've already taken full middle control. Like, this is just absurd. They're getting boxed in immediately, and now Profit tries to react, but he's not quick enough. The defense waited for them to have that buy, and then when this round's already looking over.
Yeah, about that pause. It could be the time for it, coming up soon. Ara's confidence is just out of control right now. Not only that, he's not pushing solo, right? You said it was 3 players going down on mid, covering all their bases. They're looking like the better squad right now by far, and BBL have to go back to the drawing board. This is their map pick, and somewhere we've seen them show up, somewhere we've seen them be slow to start, like we've been talking about.
GX as well, that first map, I think Bear mentioned it on the desk, that it can be a bit of a warm-up. Like, okay, they start slow, map 2 and 3, they're really good. If they're blitzing in map 1, this is a terrifying prospect, and
those rounds were at least up for competition. Here, it's been decimation. GX have been miles ahead. And after this pause, we need to see a return to form from BBL. Ara finds one. Trades are good. Yumpy's back into the round, but there's so many more players here than I think they expect. Even taking down Westside. Flickless, who's been rock solid, is still here. This time he crumbles, and Cloud is left in a 1v2.
2 players on opposite parts. He's going to try and bait, and as he rounds this corner, you'd expect Magnum to be ready and waiting on the other side, and it will be BBL's return to form. A first, but one needs to be a first of a few.
Swing, take that shot from the operator, and then they close the distance. And this was not an easy push. I mean, there were so many players here flying under the radar. Westside maybe swinging a little bit too early. Probably want to see him go off Flickless contact, but he's trying to get involved with Grabinho, who they already knew was there. Flickless flies under the radar, and I think, honestly...
Who does have his ultimate online, but instead, after no reaction, BBL are going to fall back into a more patient play.
And the guy I would hail for. It's a scary thing for BBL to face him on this kind of form. TP going through. It's not going to be stuck, surely. No, Prophet commits it. He's in. Oh, now he's revealed. He's got the spike. The spams are coming through. The damage done leaves him on 13, and it's the off to drop him. Meanwhile, Magnum and Sociable fall, and Yumpy, all that's left
is mostly meant for Levin. Like, you put that into position just to catch the Jet as they dive in to click the switch. A solid start for GX, and while the best BBL can hope for is 5, and I'll be honest with what I've seen so far, don't think they're getting there.
I think we got to just enforce this just to make it look likely that that's the kind of day they're going to have.
This is your map choice. And right now it's looking like your opponent's Ara in place once again. Flickless on that cross, and they have just been decimated. You spoke about going in towards that A site as potentially the safe haven.
Can we plant mid? Can we try it? We tried it? This is a...
I think they know where he is.
Horrendous start to the 1v5. He's being spotted. Dove on, and they find him! Ara! He had no right to bring it there. I mean, if you thought BBL were feeling down before this, that's got to put them out. Disrespectful play, but he's earned it.
It's just Flickless causing them issues, and the more issues he causes them, the more space he makes for Ara. It is a gorgeous 1-2 punch on the way in, and well, yeah, as if it wasn't going bad enough, the disrespect of the knife at the end. 8 and 2. Of course, as it was said on the desk, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but right now it's looking like a sprint of that Armageddon to try and give them some space. Levin is already gone again. He's been having a rough half, and it's not getting any better. They have just been decimated. Another in-zone flawless for GX. And right now, this is men against boys.
Put an end to this map, and a team that we talked about in GX of being slow to start. Well, they are anything. No breaks. All gas, and Profek down and out already. Opening duel for the side of GX. Nice seize, though. That's going to grab them at least one back.
But in the meantime, Gravino pounces. Sociable still trying his best. The fight's awkward, it's labored, and that gives an opportunity back into the 2v2. Neo will get the plant in. An even scenario, but Sociable's given them a slight advantage.
This closer angle for Gravino. Smoke goes down. Right click not good, but West Side is. Guy's a menace when it comes to headshots, but only a body tap needed. If Ascent is hell, West Side must be the devil for BBL.
Whatever the lesser of evils here is at this stage. We have moments like this before. I remember, I think it was last stage, or maybe even kickoff, they picked this map versus Liquid. They went 0-12 with this exact composition, playing on the attack.
And they, throughout this season, they have earned their redemption. They've earned our respect. And now, they're looking to earn a spot in the grand finals, a seat in Champions. This map, the first step of what is sure to be many to come. An execution onto Yampi leaves Sociable alone, and
yeah, last man standing, Sociable. All he can really hope to deny here is another in-zone flawless, and that's not going to be happening either. Let's continue as we mean to go on. GX coming into their opponent's map choice have just won 13-2. A statement victory to kick off this best of 5, but they do need a couple more after the break.
Yeah, players a little bit far behind if this initial fight is taken, and Magnum's already dropped. Now here come the reinforcements. Net already landing. They can't really punish on the back of that. There's players to cover further back. Net's taken out, and an immediate dive towards Yampi. Full control for GX. They finally lose a fight, but Prophet falls immediately. And Levin's flank now, it will amount to nothing. Even if he finds the first, the whole squad would know he's there, and West Side.
There was just no chance for anybody to react. You saw attempted sort of like gamble plays from Yampi, looking to try and get it off the utility, but you almost wonder if it was worth just trying to buy a little bit of extra time. Early stuff though, immediate stun, but they don't check for Prophet. He was sat in the corner, goes for a little bit more and is punished for it. It's a round that...
Anything to really cover their back beyond the camera, but they do have all the information. Thanks to the hat off the head. West Side, there's Flickless trading out on site, and no connection from Sociable's ulti. That's a
bait to allow his teammates to have that cross settled. First shot already goes, and there's the swing. Perfect stuff from GX. Well regimented in their post plant. Really do look like some of the best signings we've seen. Look at Ara already. So much space taken. In fact, Gravino's gone with him.
In fact, he's going to cut the cross on this map so far. A big hitter for GX down and out, an advantage for BBL to play with. Into that setup, they will simply hold the backside. It does leave them a little bit boxed in. It means Magnum can fight from one side, while Profek comes in from another, and 3 players in market. This will be a very quick hit. That ult gave away the position of Flickless. They need a hero to step up on GX, or BBL will be back on the board. Gravino desperately low and dealt with, and there's Levin. sliding through, still showing some confidence.
He can be main in the process, so they were able to hold on to that. I think that one of the players that did the best in that scenario was Magnum, at repositioning, knowing the ground they've lost and knowing the ground that they needed to keep hold of. And that made it so that there was kind of nowhere else for GX to go. I don't mind the use of the rolling thunder.
He walled himself in, and as that breaks, I mean, Westside might be thinking that he couldn't be there anymore, but the wall goes up to allow him to retreat. Pit in play.
Oh,
Deep
that's
one
the pit.
from Ara, and he's dropped the pit. That's leaving Sociable a little bit more isolated. He has to stand strong as they emerge from the choke point. Low on ammo, low on health, and eventually he will fall. The play on mid, key for Cloud, and at least he'll get one.
You know, sat on the edge of the smoke. It's the peaking timing, and 11 doesn't manage to connect, and now it's left all onto Profek towards any of these players. And with that spike already ticking a decent amount, the stun going through, he's avoided it, but they don't need to swing this. They don't need to get aggressive. Again, the control that GX are showing in these post plants is sublime. They deserve their lead.
Thinking that there's such simple solutions to this. A Gordian not. All they need to do is slice through, but they refuse to draw their sword, but that's not the case here. It's been nothing but sharp gameplay from GX from start to finish. They're looking clean. The year I didn't think would be making this deep of a run, let alone looking this good on what could be the game that qualifies them. 2 champions, the first time since 2023, and they are hungry for it. Big pickup though. It's a couple picks for BBL as they find the ult, but GX answer back immediately. By the time Sociable's ult for BBL, it's panic stations it's trying to fix.
By the annihilation, you're going to have a moment where you're spamming in towards that.
I see that ult connect and think this is their chance, but look how quickly BBL run through that smoke. GX 7-2. Fabinho's feeling confident. Yeah. He's even meeting up with Ara here. The flank around a little too late, but a chance for Profek from Magnum as well. Okay, it's one of the better starts we've had for BBL.
Better scenarios we've had. I think Levin, with the ultimate online as well, means that he could take that extra little bit of space. It's going to make it difficult. He's trying to reposition to almost give his teammates opportunities. Ara is the first point of contact. Flickless trying to set him up with additional utility. Now Ara in that corner is going to be removed. A much cleaner scenario for BBL. They are.
Ara was blinded up near side and somehow still wins that. I don't think he was close enough to see. Running through the site, he's going to run through this smoke, I feel, standing there as he did before with a shorty in hand. GX have the numbers, and as Yampi steps forward, he'll find one. But Ara's itching for this fight. It'll be a 3-man swing when he finally gets contact. Ara with a third, but he's shut down. Yampi, we said he had to show up. He's had 4 already. A chance for all 5. The read is right, but the bullets, he's out of ammo. Grabinho shuts him down in the end. It looked like that could have been it.
If he had aced it with 1 bullet, it would have been one of the most crazy clutches we've ever seen, but again, Grabinho is that safe pair of hands, sits 10-6, only behind the aggressor of Ara. Oh, it was close to being something special.
Where these players are, he can sense out the gaps. And it will be an immediate push towards this B site. Rolling Thunder stops. Could be an attempt from Levin to quickly reclaim that space. It looks like that's exactly what we're getting. Ara on the other side, and Ara delivers the double. The nail in the coffin of this half for BBL, as they seem to be locked out, and it's this man doing the heavy lifting. Maybe 18 by the time we finish. This has been a masterclass from Ara, from GX.
One that's getting snapped. We'll have to see if there's anything left in the tank for BBL. Otherwise, it could be 2-0 after the break. All the way through. And that crazy run is looking like a reality. More and more as the rounds go on. Ara has definitely hit championship form. A chance for his first ever champions, but there is a recovery. Pistol not done just yet, but bear in mind GX have won all of them so far. And Magnum will meet the same fate.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay, Grabinho left alone. This is one of the best chances, or like it's a plan for main, but it is a little open. He's suspicious, and now he's down to 12 HP. That should be it done. They've missed the boat. He's managed to thread the needle right through. He's going to sneak up. This could be a freebie on 1. is looking the wrong way, but so is Profect. Now it's a 1v1. Yumpy, he failed the clutch. The 1v1 against this very man in the previous half, but now's his time to put up a round. Halfway defused already. It's stuck by Gravino, but Yumpy won't let it fly a second time.
Needed one. Ara started this round off so well, honestly. This man has been unstoppable in this lower bracket run. A player to fear, no doubt about it.
Come on, boys! Come on, boys!
Something to build on, perhaps for him. Immediate aggression from Ara. Cloud's following it up, and BBL just cannot catch a break. They finally win a round with the mask is ripped from the ship. GX 4 versus 2.
There's some ults here, though. That Annihilation could potentially isolate one. Hunter's Fury being used. That gives the space. That's not a bad start.
Nice.
A position that I feel like Sociable can use it from. He does immediately. He's waiting, but Gravino is just that little bit quicker. Now Yumpy's left to do it all. One being pulled away. He finds that first kill, and he will get it as well! A Red Bull clutch! BBL finally have something to celebrate.
Might have been done in their favor.
Insane.
That early fight just nuts, and then they try to punish, but Cloud is there. But what a recovery. Sociable finding the pick, getting the ult, and then landing it perfectly, leaving the IGL alone, but he delivers.
But Magnum gets the timing. It is definitely a gamble. TP into the back of the site. They're going to try and bolster this up, but again, Spike has made its way onto the site. Still yet to be planted already. One for Gravino, a second for Gravino. He's been having a great game. He might even look for a little more, a third one. This shouldn't be possible. Magnum at least dropping one more, but Gravino is still standing. Magnum may even have to ace it just to drag them through the round, and Arrow has now found himself a rifle, but he has been spotted. All that time ticking away for Ara, trying to bait them into the fight once again. Magnum doesn't want to fall for it, doesn't want to turn this into a 1 versus 1, and well, he won't get the ace, but
They went towards the site that only had one player after baiting rotations to the A site, after Magnum hearing those rotates, then catching the play back in the other direction. In terms of the early round, every single piece of the puzzle came together for BBL, and they still almost fumbled it. A big play needed by Magnum. This is where GX stand a chance to recover. Now already the door being broken and Market stopped the drone from going through. It delayed the rotates of GX, so they're a little bit behind the play. It means pressure towards the backside for Westside, who does pick up one, but Gravino trying to help out in the smoke goes down. Backup comes in, and in fact, backup is the name of the game for GX. They step past the smokes, and then Westside runs through them. He's already picked up 3. It's mayhem on the site as Westside answers up with another, and Cloud steals the ace away, but as Angel says,
they brought it close in the last one. But Westside, that's it. The terrifying thing of going into this defensive half is that you have to walk into this man's realm.
No!
We're leaving the Viper's pit. I think it's one of the worst plays. Magnum had to. They were too far behind. They needed a pick. Arrow with another opening here as Magnum falls. No intention of doing so, though. Still tucked in the corner as Gravino holds down short. Now Ara steps up with the op again to drop Yumpy. A chance to have 3 maps in a row where any one win will lock them in for champions. What a return to form, a reawakening of GX. Sociable all that stands between them. And he will fall quickly at 13-8. GX 2-0, 1 map away from seeing that trophy in person.
This is easily the worst performance we've seen from him so far this year. And he is already dead. Within seconds, Flickless has taken him down Westside. We've now seen him switch up as well. But it seems like there is no change. Another strong start to the map.
Heard the steps. He knows he can isolate a duel. Moving towards the spawn, he'll do so with ease. And the final player falls at his hands too. An in-zone flawless. To do a damn sight better than that. And their stats on pistol rounds, Tom, they're taking a big hit in this series.
Yeah, honestly, it might be lower than 50% from the playoffs at least. It's definitely not been the same sort of showing that we've seen from them, but I think you need to highlight how good GX have been within this series of them. Westside, like you have so much in terms of delay. Poison Orb, Westside's utility, Astra utility. The smoke's kind of holding him off. The control instead has come out the other side, and While Cloud spraying wildly is actually going to get rid of Yumpy. He's done well there. The spam's going their way, but Magnum swinging in from behind might have just saved them. A couple of kills. There's another to be had. And Magnum coming alive, giving it. Put them in the dirt. The previous map, Magnum's done well. He spotted out that player. They can now take this fight to the other side of the map. They can reposition completely. Magnum watching for the swing. Oh, it is so close from Ara. Oh, there is a moment where he ends that round.
Again for GX, but it's denied. And you got to look at Magnum, a player who, again, in their last game here on Bind, where it was do or die, it was the final map of the series. He made some blunders.
Are they going to ult? They're going to ult off the back of this? I assume that is the plan. Yep, there you go. 11 success rate wasn't particularly high. He needs to win this one, and he has not again. It's Grabinho to take him down. In the meantime, the rest of the team has taken quite a bit of space, though. As Grabinho traded out after coming back from the ult, so tagged fairly low, and the pit has gone in the meantime.
Oh, Yumpy's making a play. He's been caught in the corner. Ara stuck here with a Sheriff in hand. A shot to the body will take down Yumpy. This is Ara's moment to walk up.
Profik. It's going to be that first point of contact. Waiting patiently and clean with the Sheriff. Yumpy as well will win his fight. Even if it doesn't kill, it will wound. And it will set up those remaining players. In they go. Grabinho with the Sheriff and Westside as well! What is that? I cannot believe what this man can do with a pistol.
There's a base save card thrifty, by the way.
In case that wasn't already blatantly obvious, dear Lord. Genuinely took my breath away.
It's taken me a minute to even form.
Versus Na'Vi. Already the wall's going to be broken. Looking like they want to try and... So an orbital strike. But Westside, that is a twofer!
Even if they're already overpaid. Cloud up close, that's a free kill on the Magnum. No chance. Fighting inside that pit. Profik caught between the molly and the pit itself, and it looks like it's just going to be a dominant round from GX. Neck and neck going into the next, but these individuals showing up every time they're needed. And Westside, honestly, in this series, and especially in this map, he's 16-6. He's looking untouchable. Feels like the spark's gone out. Still a 2-round gap. And if he can't find his form, this could be a completely different game. Sociable punished on the walk through the smoke. Flash goes through. The smoke up, the stun in, the orbital strike to buy space. Okay, that should at least get them a plan, but they're fighting back side, and that's into Ara's hands as he finds himself a double, but the whiff comes in. There's Levin, landing himself too, pulling a player into ult. When Profik steps out, he's going to be more than ready for the duel, and now the eye of Levin drawn to the site as Flickless completes his flank.
Has been superb. It seems like the pieces have all come together for GX, and they find themselves a matter of rounds away from champions. Sociable will at least start things off, but it really has just been hero plays. Levin actually gives them an advantage, though. Something we haven't seen in the last couple. Grabinho waiting, almost caught. Just about escape. Nightfall thrown through. That at least lets them know the site is clear, and Magnum expect anybody to be this close, and that should be a freebie. A 7-5 looking likely, but you never know with Flickless and Groovy still standing.
He's going to have to be thorough to clear that corner, and Yumpy gets him. Now 24 HP in their first halves of the maps. It will be a 5th secured, unless Grabinho has a play of the year almost. 11-1 to close that out, and 2 rounds behind.
The rest of them have the chance to make it for the first time, and a good chance at that. Ara, Cloud already adding 2 players to the body count, and Profik's under serious pressure.
Yumpy's going to try to fight with, but he is shut down as well. This late in the playoffs, and much to the chagrin of BBL, it's just Magnum, an ace needed, a 1 versus 5. He can't even really get out of the spawn before he's put to bed. An in-zone flawless to start out the second half.
I think now we sit here saying BBL need to prove they're worthy of a map. They have been dismantled from start to finish. They'll get the first kill in this round, but again, those fundamentals, the trades, have been sublime.
Poison's off.
But the numbers disadvantage combined with the weapons disadvantage, that could play against them. Two players light. Jumping down to 17. He's got the regen shields and he'll wait those out, but Ara makes a move into the smoke. Levin to shut him down through. A single shot from the Outlaw will claim a life. Already, you're gonna see that denial of the defuse. Now Thrash on its way. They have to deal with that, and with a player primed and ready to swing from Bath, the time now becomes a big enemy. The final threads fraying from the womb for BBL as they are torn asunder. Double digits for GX.
Everyone at BBL is going to be having nightmares about this man. He's catching up to Westside, by the way.
Tournament after tournament to prepare for this, and this rifle round that could define it all, with Magnum already falling.
He has to win this one.
From Levin. He's been bad in them. They haven't worked out, but finally he'll connect. A lifeline for BBL.
Yeah, good position from Sociable as well. Still though, he's forced back into Ara. Every action has a reaction, and the reactions from GX. Even the heroes that sit on the stage right now today, they have been better. Levin looking for a fight, but he's tagged low. Yumpy, they are waiting on the GX side for someone to try and make a play. Ara, with confidence up front, will be the first point of contact, and he will be the last. 3 kills for him, 12-5 for GX. 7 rounds in a row. They have fought for through that lower bracket. A one that they deserve.
One enemy remaining.
With so many opportunities to close this one out. The pressure being put onto Levin. The flash has been shot, and the crossfire looking decent. They could get their first round of the second half, and Yumpy's looking to seal it.
Spike dropped down in the open, and a firing squad holding it though. Yumpy and Sociable ready to lock in that win for BBL. A 6th on the board, a first of the half. Their current scoreline without a single misstep. One mistake, one opportunity given to GX, and the dream, a year in the making, will be over.
Come on, boys, this is it.
Magnum needs to hold strong here. This side of the site crumbles. The rest may soon follow. Nightfall used, but Ara's bringing the nightmare to reality. Flickless on another, and it looks like GX have done it. A 5 versus 1. A team that everybody doubted starting this year's. Well, they have taken the scars of yesterday. The last man standing. And it's a formality, a pit to fight through, and the army of GX wins out today. 13-6, 3-0. GX, for the first time since 2023, are going to Champions.
Couldn't stop this team's lower bracket run. And BBL will not stop this team's lower bracket run. It is GX that make that route to Champions. For many, this will be job done. But I'm sure for the guys down on that stage, a welcome to Champions Paris. And another story for Giant X is just beginning. They will be the 4th team that gets to face off against the best of the world.